Alright, so I just wanted to make a quick video on my setup that I've been kind of working on here. So this is my hammock and 2 tarp system for backpacking or just day camping. This is a very cost-effective, really light. It's not ultra lightweight. I know that's a big thing right now. I don't care about being ultra lightweight, so this works for me pretty well. So this is just a cheap hammock, nylon hammock. Nothing special. It is a 2-person. I got it just because I wanted something a little bigger than a 1-person. Just there's extra room. The tarps I have are just really cheap plastic tarps. Nothing special. They're not like specialty camping tarps necessarily. But with this system, you get coverage from rain, light rain. I wouldn't say, obviously this is built for snow. This is a summer kind of setup here. You could reconfigure it if you wanted to use it in colder temperatures, but then you would need to factor in a heavier sleeping bag and an underquilt. So this is really just my summer, fall setup here. But why I think this is such a good setup, sorry, flies and bees all around me here, is because it's really versatile and it actually gets better the more people that do this. So as you see here, I have kind of a canopy up here. I didn't use any kind of ridge line. It's just tied in 4 corners here. So there's no ridge line. But if it were to rain, there's a low point here and a low point in the other corner. So it would run off those sides. You would still not get wet if it were raining on you. But as you can see, this is kind of a privacy wall idea. So the idea is if you're camping and there are other people around, you would put this facing the other people. That way you do have some privacy. That is a big concern with hammock camping, is the lack of privacy. But literally, if you needed to change, you could have all the privacy you need. You just change behind your privacy wall here. Also, it does block wind. So if you were to have a fire in this area, it would at least block wind from a potential direction, at least one direction there. But as I said, this really gets better with the more people running this type of setup. And like the quality of tarps, if that's an issue, you can always go and get a better quality. This is a cost-effective measure for me to use affordable tarps instead of getting the really cheap, expensive, that's not a word, or that's not a thing, but the really expensive camping tarps. In my opinion, they're not necessary. You get the same benefits from just regular utility tarps. But anyways, say if you just even have one other person running this, they could run their hammock long ways next to you here. So they would use this and that tree, and then they could even angle their tarp so that they have enough room and they're not actually bumping up against their tarp. But then the second one could go on the opposite side, and then you actually only have one entrance point, and you'd have even more privacy and even more protection from the elements. And I honestly think this is a very good, if you're going for a short backpacking trip, if you're going for just an overnight, this is really honestly a great setup to use. There's a lot of different ways you can set things up. If you were by yourself and you were getting a lot of wind and sideways rain, you could literally just take down the 2 corners, and you could collapse it a little so to better protect you. And then also, something I have done in the past is I did leave the canopy up, but then the second tarp, you would run a ridge line and you would just use it normally as an overhang. So you would have the canopy plus a more traditional hammock setup underneath the canopy. So you can just double down using this method in multiple different ways. So I just kind of wanted to share that idea. I'm still working on other ideas on how to set it up, which angles to use and everything. But I just kind of wanted to share this real quick and get anybody's feedback. So if you guys have similar ideas, or if you've ever done anything like this, or if you have your own methods that you've just made up on your own, just trying things out, let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching.